time. If my child has taken the police on a chase because they stole a vehicle, there's no way in hell I'm going to be sitting there laughing. First of all, and I definitely am not going to be caring that someone's recording this or that it's on TV because, I mean, he's committing a crime. What do you think they do? That's the mindset of people. Like, I'm trying to understand as a mom, how is that your focus? It kind of goes back to this whole thing at Six Flags. If this is the kind of parenting that these kids have, no wonder they're so deluded into thinking that nothing matters. If you can't even show that you have a standard or any sort of, expectation, no wonder there's no wonder children are just as. Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. Thank you all for popping in. I just decided to come to you tonight to just talk about some things, you guys. As a pretty much a follow-up to the post I did about whatever happened at Six Flags in Georgia, I was just really thinking about, all that happened. Basically, if you haven't seen it in the news, police are saying there were about 500 to 600 people just in complete chaos at Six Flags on the opening day. So it probably was pretty busy. On top of, being pretty busy, there was probably, I'm sure, families and small children and things like that. But you also had a group of 500 to 600, it sounds like teens and maybe young adults that just were in complete chaos, fighting, pulling each other, punching each other, pulling hair, pulling clothes, doing all this crazy stuff. And in the midst of all of that, you also had, I guess, a select few using weapons to exchange fire. And as a result, of course, the police gets involved at that point, and they also do the same thing, exchange fire, and ended up hitting a 15-year-old. Who was on the day of this, which it occurred on Saturday, was in critical condition, but I understand that he has been upgraded to stable. But he ultimately, police are saying that they're going to charge him. He was a minor, 15 years old, in possession of a pow-pow, so he's going to be charged with that. He's also going to be charged with destruction of government property because apparently he ended up using that weapon to hit the police car. As I understand it, he wasn't the only one. There's still not a whole lot of information on this particular incident. They are saying that there were a couple of people or more than one person that was exchanging or using a weapon. And however, he is the only person that they ended up apprehending or catching because they ended up, hitting him. And then at the time that they hit him, they found that he had a weapon, which is how that he ended up getting charged. But of course, after all this happens, you guys, you have like politicians or political officials, the mayor, all of these people jumping up and down about how, things need, this is complete chaos. What are we going to do? And that's really a good question. What are we going to do? The one person said that, it's not even the summer yet. And you already have kids, being crazy and just out of control. Imagine what it's going to be like when school's not in session. That was the point of this person speaking. And then they also brought up the fact that, weapons, having access to them at such a young age, you're seeing the kids younger and younger having access to these. And I just really wanted to kind of check in with you guys. I really want to know what's going on in our community with weapons, fighting, the disrespect, the lack of self-control, all of these things that we see all over social media. I guess my first thing is do you think it's different, right? I'm in my 40s. I have teenagers. I remember when I was a teenager, the way things are now, I do not think that it was the same when I was a teenager. And that wasn't that long ago. I know people have whatever, say whatever they want to say. But it wasn't that long ago. And I'm trying to figure out like what is going on in our community with our parenting, with our children. Do you think it's the music? I'm going to tell you, I have never been somebody to be like, oh, the music is influencing these kids and making them do this and making them do that, because I always felt like you should, even if the music is influencing or social media is influencing, the children should also have other influences in their home to kind of redirect their mindset, or constantly be in their ear at least. But lately I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it is the music. Maybe it is social media. What do you guys think? I know my husband he was the one who was always like, okay, it is the music. The music has an effect on their mind and this and that. And I'm like, I'm over here. I just listen to music for the beat, or I don't even listen for the words for the most part. It just depends on the song. But I'm like, are kids really like taking this stuff in and really feeling like I want to live a reckless life because I hear somebody singing a song about foolishness? I just don't understand it. I don't understand what's going on in the minds of our children. And it's really scary and it's really sad because, like this 15-year-old, he's now like changed his life, right? At 15. I get, sometimes you make mistakes in your 20s. You're 25, 26, you do something foolish, but you're at 15, you haven't even become an adult yet, and you're already doing things that can alter your life forever. And they haven't said whether they're going to charge him as an adult or try to charge him as an adult. I don't even know what that means, but the idea of a 15-year-old kid going to an amusement park with a weapon with the intent to use it, obviously, it's a family event, a family place. What are we going to do? If I really struggle with so if kids do not at this point, at 15, 14, sometimes even younger, 12, 10, if they have no fear at such a young age, what are we going to do when they get older? They're going to be 10 times worse if they've already determined that they fear nothing. They don't fear death. They don't fear parents. They don't fear police. They don't fear anyone. What are we going to do? Everywhere you go, it's like you have to second guess yourself when it comes to safety and things like that. And this story to me is so stupid. They don't know. None of the outlets can say what was the cause. 9 times out of 10, it was probably something stupid. It probably was like, you'll have these kids even planning to go somewhere just to start a fight. They don't even really have a reason, just to start chaos. Where are their parents? Where are their parents? I was watching another YouTuber. This is probably what kind of parents they have. And I'm just, I was watching another YouTuber who was talking about or showing a police chase. It's Icket Mel. He was showing a police chase, right? And it was a teenager who had, I guess, stolen the vehicle. I think it was a Kia or something, stolen some little car and ended up getting caught. But guess what you hear in the background? You hear the mom flipping out and acting like a belligerent idiot because the cameraman's recording. Number one, that was her main priority. The cameraman's recording. You don't have the right to record me, sir. So that's what you're worried about when your child is sitting and getting ready to get arrested for stealing a vehicle? Then on top of that, what really threw me was, okay, so you get it squared away that it's legal for this cameraman to record, to photograph the incident or record the incident. Then you squared away with that, but now you go to talk to your son talking about, oh, you got 2 minutes to let me know whether or not you want to go to the hospital because they are going to take you to jail. Okay. Is that the only thing you worried? First of all, there was nothing wrong with him. That was just a little step to probably delay going to jail. But while she's asking him these questions and talking and whatever she called herself doing, she's laughing, just laughing and having a good old time. If my child has taken the police on a chase because they stole a vehicle, there's no way in hell I'm going to be sitting there laughing. First of all, and I definitely am not going to be caring that someone's recording this or that it's on TV because, I mean, he's committing a crime. What do you think they do? That's the mindset of people. Like, I'm trying to understand as a mom, how is that your focus? It kind of goes back to this whole thing at Six Flags. If this is the kind of parenting that these kids have, no wonder they're so deluded into thinking that nothing matters. If you can't even show that you have a standard or any sort of, expectation, no wonder there's no wonder children are just as batty as they want to be.
Pros knows that your hair
Hang on, y'all.
to you.
This is a video. This ad keeps popping up because I have this article here. I was looking to see if I could find any more details on this incident at Six Flags. But basically, they don't even have a clue. All they know is that they responded at around 6:15 to Six Flags with a crowd of 500 to 600 people running through the park and fighting. They cleared the park out at this time, and then they noted that, the rest of what happened occurred off the park property near some service road. But multiple people began using pow-pows, and a police car was hit as a result. Police ended up returning fire, which is how this 15-year-old got hit. And when they saw that he was hit, they went to go, approach him and see that he had a weapon. So he just pretty much, unfortunately, is probably he's just the person that got caught. I'm pretty sure there was somebody else. He's just, unfortunately, the person that's going to get caught as a result of all of this. Maybe they'll find all the others because of it, but I doubt it. Apparently, he's been upgraded to stable condition. And of course, yes, he's going to be facing charges, like I said. But the way things are going in this world and in the United States, I'm not even going to say the world, let's take it down. The way things are going in the United States, you see on the news all the time how people are doing things, getting out, doing things that you would think otherwise that they would be still in jail. You have people doing stupid things and now they're just getting some little slap on the wrist and then they get out on probation or they get out on some notice to appear or something like that. So, I mean, at this point, who knows what's going to happen? This kid will probably just go to an appearance. They'll give him some sort of bond. They'll take him to juvenile court or something like that and keep it moving. So now in his mind, I wonder if he feels like, I got away with it. What's next? I guess my question to that is you guys, how do you find a balance, right? You don't want to punish kids for doing every single thing. You don't want to make it seem like, okay, you don't have any room for grace or any room for making mistakes. But isn't there a point where some of this stuff is just common sense? This is not just mistakes. These are you're doing things because something is not right in your home life or in your mental space. Because how could you not think about what you're actually doing? Like, you are using a weapon that could potentially take somebody's life and you're 15 years old. Ooh. Yeah, I just really want us to, the main reason why I talk about these things is because I see that it is affecting our community the most. And I really want to promote positivity, to promote a different way of doing things or finding a way to get back to having a standard for yourself, having a good quality of life, right? Like, our community, we have a lot to do. We have a lot of work that needs to be done. And it seems like some of these things keep taking us steps backwards. Now you have children as young as 10, 11, 12 years old having access to weapons. The weapon is not the thing that's doing these things. It is the people. That's my opinion. So you have to start trying to figure out what's going on with the people. Like, where are the parents? Where is the parenting or the guidance? It brings up another point, a lot of conversation around what's the school's obligation? Because you have these things going on in the schools too. What's the school's obligation? I want to know what you guys think about that. I do not believe that parents should be able to relinquish their parenting to a school or having the expectation that a school is going to dish out discipline or be able to do the correcting and the raising of children. The school is just supposed to teach children. The discipline is a byproduct of just an environment, like being in a system. You always have some system of discipline for actions or things that go on. That's not supposed to be a replacement for parents disciplining and raising their children. It's just really sad, guys. It worries me a little bit, and I probably am showing my age because I'm worried about it. I'm like, these kids are crazy, but I think about my kids, they're teenagers. They're 15 and 16. I know where they are. And if they wanted to go to a theme park, number one, I'm going to be dropping them off. I'm going to be watching for anything crazy. I'm going to be making sure, like, if you bring in a backpack or you know if your child has a weapon. Like, come on. I would think you do if you are any sort of decent parent. But on the flip side of that, they're teenagers and they want to do these things. And as a parent, I'm scared. I'm like, should I let them go to the fair? Should I let them go here or there? You can't even let your kids go and experience learning how to mature and make, decisions like, hey, I'm going to go hang out with my friends and go here. And then I'll have to be back at a certain time, or I can go, it can just be us girls going or us guys going to hang out and we got to be back at a certain time. You now have to think about, like, okay, do I want to go and drop my kids off and be lurking around on the other side just in case they need to get away from something? That's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And I really want us to start talking about what do we need to do differently. So thank y'all for spending y'all time with me. For those who decide to watch this video, you guys, I really appreciate it. I am slowly but surely trying to get back into a routine with YouTube, something that fits, my desires or my interests while making it engaging for you guys. I know this background is a little boring. I'm in my corner. I'm trying to find a space. It's really just a corner in my dining room that I put a chair in so that I can sit over here and talk to you guys. I'll probably put something behind here so it's not so plain, like stark white, but thank you guys for, coming back and watching these videos. I know I'm only going to get better. I feel much more comfortable with doing videos. This has been a long journey. I started doing this like 3 years ago, and I got discouraged because it was so hard to stay consistent, insecure, feeling like, oh God, I'm in these videos. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. I'm babbling, going back and forth. But I've decided that it's something that is pushing me outside of my comfort zone, and I'm just going to do it because it's fun. I'm going to treat it like I'm chit-chatting with my girls and my dudes. And I really want you guys' input and opinion on some of these topics. I really don't want to talk about just the norm. Like, okay, yes, I love reality TV. Married to Medicine is my thing. Housewives of Potomac is my thing. I love talking about Nesto and Shirley with their craziness. But at some point it gets old. I feel like YouTube is running Nesto and Shirley in the ground. I do not want to hear about it anymore. So I feel like we should start talking about things that are really important and things that can still be very interesting, but important. And we should be trying to just, connect and figure out what our next steps are in our community. Like, what should we be doing? We need to be taking a turn. We need to be making a shift, because there's things that are going on that, to be quite honest, we would have never tolerated. My mom would beat the brakes off of me. Even that's another topic we could talk about, guys. Corporal punishment. Listen, I grew up in an era where I was getting whoopings and beatings up until 16. That was my last time I got a whooping. I was 16. I don't think it hurt I don't think it hurt nobody. A good whooping, a good beating, they never hurt nobody. I feel like that might be what's missing, but I'm gonna I would love to hear everybody's input. I'm pretty sure, like I said, I think I said it earlier, I'm probably gonna rub people the wrong way with some of my opinions or thoughts, but I think that's the beauty of all of this, is that we can all share our opinions. I'm gonna learn something from you guys, and I hope you guys learn something from me while we have fun talking about this stuff and some of the other fun stuff. Don't get me wrong, I definitely am gonna be jumping in and talking about all the nonsense and the ratchet that goes on. But I also want us to talk about some serious stuff and thought-provoking stuff. So thanks for stopping by. I hope you guys come back. Till the next time. Peace.